Who are we without our relationships? Today's podcast episode, we are going to be talking about 3 components to a good relationship and how you can take control, or rather focus on what you can control. And I really think that this is going to help you to become more aware of what you can control, as well as build the self-awareness in yourself so that you can really feel successful and feel like you are making strides to improve your relationships. This is actually taken from the book Hold Me Tight by Sue Johnson. She is an EFT, emotionally focused therapy author and therapist, and honestly probably a lot more titles that I'm leaving out, but go check out her book for the full rundown. But I thought these 3 components would honestly work in business. They would work in friendships. They would work in romantic relationships. They also, I think, would work even with your kids. And so I hope that you enjoy this episode, and let's go. All right, welcome back to Control the Chaos Mama podcast. I'm your host, Angel McElhaney. Come find me over on Instagram if we have not connected already. I love to hear what you're taking from the show, and I would love to hear what you are wanting help with when it comes to ADHD and entrepreneurship and motherhood. So let me know what you're needing help with. My handle over there is angel.mcelhaney or Control the Chaos Mama podcast. All right, today we are talking about 3 components that are really vital to relationship building, and Sue Johnson calls these R, which will help you to remember it, ARE, which goes into like, are you there for me? And so I think people need to know that they can count on you in order to build trust. You will see this in your business as well as your relationships that are romantic, as well as your kids and your friendships and all the things. It really is the building block of people being vulnerable with you. And so the first component is accessibility. And so accessibility is basically, can people reach you? Are you really there? Are you leaning in when they are near, or are you on your phone all the time? Do you have an AirPod in your ear? Something I'm working on. Give me grace. And so it really is being very intentional on being present in that moment. And so something that's helped me for sure lately is to have a home for my phone. The new update on the Apple phone will actually let you use a focus time. It's in the app or in the settings and stuff. And so you can make a focus time to where you won't get notifications and things. And that should help you a lot. I know that there's other apps that I've done as well, like forest. You build or, grow a little tree. And I think it actually helps actual real forest too. But you grow trees the longer that you don't touch your phone. There's also been things like the Fabulous app, which helps me with habits to move down. It helps me way more than like time blocking and things like that. But there is this binaural beat sound that is so good in that app. So like if I don't touch it, it will just keep this like nice hertz sound that helps me focus. But that's more so like if I'm doing work. If I'm trying to be intentional and accessible to people, a lot of times I just need to have my phone away and like in the charger in my room and it's home. And so why don't you go ahead and make a home for your phone, take a picture of it and share it over on social media, because I think this is one of the things that has helped me a lot. Even better if it's not right by your bed, if it's kind of away, because this will make it to where it's harder to get your phone. And so you will automatically be way more accessible to the people around you. And so another thing that could be helpful is I'll turn on music instead of the TV. This is really helpful for people to be able to actually connect. And so are you reachable? And kind of leaning in. And then step number 2 is responsiveness. Can I rely on you to respond? And obviously in a close relationship, in a husband-wife type of thing, or even in a mother, son, child type thing, it's going to be more of like emotional responsiveness. But even in your businesses, like, do you respond to people and how long does that take? I know that with my ADHD, a lot of times I will see a message pop up and I will think to respond, or I'll write the message and not send it. And so just trying to be really cognizant over checking in on people and responding to their calls for help or to what they need. And so, and part of that is also fully listening to people, and so that you can respond and not listening to just respond, but like to truly hear them and then respond. And so, which is also hard for ADHD because it's like you're hanging on to the words and you're probably going to forget what you're going to say type of thing. And so it's really a focus, I feel like, activity that's kind of hard for us sometimes, but just trying to be more intentional and responsive to them trying to build that relationship, or maybe with a kid, they may want to play a game or something like that, and responding and giving them a minute. Or maybe you're about to go live or you're about to do something for work and your kid wants to tell you something they're excited about. Like, take the 10 seconds that it takes to let them just interrupt and tell you what they're excited about. I actually just saw this done really well by Tiffany Jenkins on her live. Her son was super excited that he did all of his like math facts or something like that, and he came in and she was going live, but he matters more than that 5 seconds of live. Plus, it shows that you're a real person and you are looking at them and you're acknowledging them and you're listening and you're responding to what they say, and then you can continue your stuff. And so really being responding well, I guess. And then the next one is engagement. Do I know that you will value me and stay close, like that you value my words, that you see me? And obviously this is a special kind of attention that you can give your husband, your kids, and all that. But also even with your business, like, are you responding to the comments that people are leaving you? For sure, have your boundaries, have your office hours. Like, don't be in groups all the time. That kind of takes away from the accessibility from your family for the other part. But are you responding? Are you making people feel seen and heard and asking questions? Are you, like, asking an open-ended question is huge for anyone that you want to build a relationship, because you're getting to know them more. You are digging deeper into like where they are and giving them a chance for them to connect with you. And so I hope that you found these helpful. Again, they are accessibility, responsiveness, and engagement. And the thing that I really like about this is that it goes along the fact of focusing on what you can control. You can only control yourself whenever you are trying to improve a relationship, whether that's with your clients, whether that's with your kids, your husband, or your friends. And so it's kind of focusing on what you can control. You can control how accessible you are, that you maybe reached out and said like, hey guys, when you want to get together, or you made effort, or you got down on the floor to play, or you put your phone away and kind of, like sat on the couch instead of over on your phone or in work. And so we can use this to control the chaos as far as control what we can actually control, which is ourselves. And so I hope this was helpful for you. If it was, screenshot this episode, share it with a friend. And until next time, wishing you joy and abundance, Angel.